Next, we're going to talk a little about color. The current theory of color is called the Young-Helmholtz theory of color, named after two scientists. What's funny is this theory is not inaccurate. It's not the whole picture. It's on the right track, but there's still a lot about color we need to understand. So the Young-Helmholtz theory of color says that there are basically three color receptors in the eye. And the way scientists know this is if you dissect an eye and you look at the retina, you'll see these color cone cells, and they're actually these colors. No, they're not these colors. They respond electrically to these three colors. Anyone know what they are? The three main colors are, they are red, green, and blue. That's the order we like to say them in because that's the order of the spectrum. Roy G. Biv. Red is the bottom part of the spectrum. So when red light hits a red cone cell, the red cone cell goes nuts. It goes woo, it goes crazy. And a lot of electrical signals go to your brain. So when your brain sees red, it goes nuts. The red cone goes nuts. When the green cone gets green light, it goes nuts. It's the middle part of the spectrum, red, orange, yellow, green, right? And then blue would be the top part of the spectrum, blue, indigo, violet. When the blue cone gets blue light, it goes nuts. And the other cones are like, whatever. You stare at red devil red, who goes nuts? Which cone goes nuts? Woohoo! Red cone goes nuts. Okay, a lot of electrical signals go to your brain. And then what do the other cones do? What does the Irish cone do and the Smurfy blue cone do? There you go. It's like, whatever, right? Not a lot of signals there. So all it is, what's cool is, you can actually make any color the human eye can detect with just three colors, red, green, and blue. You mix them in different amounts. So ironically, like this laptop screen, your cell phone screen, that computer monitor and back, your eye detects over 24 million colors is what we estimate. So what about white light? White light is all the colors of the spectrum, Roy G. Biv. So how does your brain perceive white light? What does your eye do? Which cones go nuts? All three, exactly. Red, green, and blue are stimulated equally. Normally, people can see color with no problems. When you're normal, you're called a trichromatic person. You're a trichromat. What's in the word tri? The number 3 and chromos for color. So this is a famous image of Mount Rushmore. Now to be totally colorblind, this is weird. That would mean you see everything in black and white. This almost never happens. So what is normal is these two forms of colorblindness. One is called an anomalous trichromat. That's a fancy word for you can see all three colors but not equally well. One of your cones is a little bit messed up. Either your red one, your green one, or your blue one. So an analogy to that is, see how there's this color wheel here? An anomalous trichromat might only see 10 shades of color. And opposite colors come out as a shade of gray to them. They get confused. This one happens, but it's actually not that common. So the most common form is what we call red-green color blindness. That's when people are what we call not trichromatic, but dichromatic, dichromacy. So dichromats, if you're dichromatic, you only have two color receptors that work properly. Usually it's blue and then either red or green. You're red-green colorblind. About 8% of men are red-green colorblind, but a little bit less than 0.5%, 0.4% for women. So ladies, not only are you less likely to go bald, you're less likely to be colorblind, your body is more suited to be fighter pilot. We'll talk about that later on. And you're better built to do high-endurance sports and space exploration. So colorblind tests usually involve these colored dots where there's a red-green pattern hidden in there that someone with red-green color deficiency can't see.